delivery. Not cleared, and then volleyed in. Alex Hartridge. Turns had the initial effort, but Hartridge was alert to the rebound.
A really good point. I think if we'd have been a little bit more clinical when we got opportunities, like the pass before the pass that leads to the goal, if we'd have been a little bit more on it there, I think we could have easily have won the game. I think from their point of view, they'll point to Nombe's header early on, and when he caught Angus napping a little bit and went through, they could have had their goals there. But for the most part, I think we were in control of that game. Even when we didn't have the ball, the shape was good, the organisation was good, the way we were defending the box at the moment is very, very good. And we showed a real togetherness and spirit to make sure that we came away with the point at least. So from our point of view, another good point, something to build on, another decent performance, and I think we're starting to grow back into the team that we want to be after the tough run that we'd had.
Special moment for Alex Hartridge as well to get that first league goal. It feels like it's been a long time coming. It feels like he should have scored one a long time ago. The amount of chance, he's always getting himself in those dangerous areas.
I will say that Aldini, as we know him, was on fire in training at the back post, working on set plays on Friday before we left, and he played like he trained. I don't think we would have been expecting a right foot volley across his body. He was certainly very happy about it. I think he pretty much watched it on repeat all the way back from the game. But I'm really pleased for him. He's a top guy. He's a top professional. He's come back. It's taken him a couple of games to find his feet, and from then on, along with Angus and Ed Turns with Joe behind them, they've given us a base to be able to go forward and pick these results up. And he deserves it. He's a really good guy. He's come back in. He's done exactly what we hoped he'd do when we re-signed him, and it's nice to be able to get that EFL goal and register like that.
That made it 5 unbeaten in the league as well. A run that's seen the players play with a lot of confidence as well.
Yeah, and confidence is always one of those things. If you could bottle it, you'd make a lot of money. You gain confidence by consistently doing things to the best of your ability over and over again until it really starts to click. And unfortunately, there's no shortcut and there's no magic pill, and you can't force it upon a player. But as a group, they've built themselves that basis and or that base, should I say, the foundations to build confidence from, and that has come from hard work, and it's come from digging in for each other, and it's come from players stepping up in big moments and doing the right thing. Clean sheets help because you know that you're going to get chances in League One. You will create a chance, whether it's from a set play, open play, a mistake from the opposition. If we can minimise our mistakes and we can be as solid as we've been, we're always in a game with a chance to get a result, and that breeds further confidence. So, we had that run where confidence was low. They've picked themselves up, and it's great credit to the group as a whole that they are now in a position that they're in the game all the time, and that's going to be what we need to finish this season as strong as we hope to.
And given that strong run of form, how beneficial was that trip away to La Manga as well in getting the players comfortable and together and ready to attack the end of the season?
Yeah, I know it's been spoke about a lot, and I wouldn't want to keep going over it, but I do think that it did fast forward that bonding experience.
Hello, Angus.
Come on in, mate. Yeah, no problem. Is he doing the press today, is he? Oh. A couple of clean sheets, brings his nephew in, does what he wants. So you may as well come in now, you've wrecked it. So I think the La Manga trip did what it was meant to do. It got people together, it built relationships, it took us away from the norm, and I think a change is as good as a break at times, and that gave us a chance to work on a few things as well. And so, yeah, it's been a real positive, and I'm glad that we can talk about it, having come back and picked up good results.
He's just entered the room, so now it's a bit awkward talking about him, but you said that settled defence of Angus, Ed and Alex has been a great base, and for Ed and Angus as well, there's a lot of games they've played in a short space of time as well with us.
Yeah, I wondered, I spoke to Angus just before the game and said that Nombe gets on you quick, so make sure you stay awake, and he decided to put him clean in on goal. So he obviously doesn't listen as much as you'd hope. However, I will give him credit. He has come in from not playing too much football, his first game to play through the Forest game and extra time and come out of the other side. He's a good pro, albeit that doesn't listen too much. And he's been a big plus, along with Turnsey and Al. And again, that's just helped players around them grow into it. I think somebody like Trev, Trev's come in, I would say he's taken 3 or 4 games to get himself back to where he wants to be, but he's been magnificent for the last 3 or 4 games. Ed Francis compliments Trev in the middle. So everybody's now doing their role that allows you Demi Mitchells of the world to get the ball higher up the pitch and do what he does. That allows Josh McGuinness to get chances to score goals, that allows Pat Jones to come in and build his confidence and put crosses in the box. You've got people that are players that are kind of underrated, like Jack McMillan, who, he doesn't get the plaudits he deserves for the job that he does for the team. He's an incredibly intelligent footballer. He fills gaps, he sees space, he looks after his teammates, and he does it all with zero maintenance from us. He just gets on with it, and he deserves credit for that. But for all of that happy clappy, everybody's doing well and all the rest of it, we've got 10 games left, we've got a lot of work to do, and we've got a lot of points that we need to pick up. So credit where it's due. Well done to the boys, but they need to make sure they work hard this week and get ready for Lincoln.
With our January editions, we've obviously got a larger squad this season. How do you, as a coaching team, keep everyone focused and trying to get into that team? Because at the end of the day, you can only pick 11 and then the bench.
Yeah, but then that's football. It's as it should be. I'm going to say it, iron sharpens iron.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we like that one. Yannick gives me some stick for that. But if you've got a squad this big and you've got players that have come into form and you've got a team that's picking up points, you have to work really hard every single day, every minute of every single day to get in that team, to get in that squad at the moment. There's players that are missing out on the 18-man squad that are really, really good footballers and really, really good people. So they have to push each other. They have to make each other better. They have to make sure that they put themselves in our eye line when we're making those decisions. And that gives us the best chance of picking the strongest, most in form, most reliable group of players for that given game. And I think we've shown over these last run of games that that's not the same starting 11 every week. It's horses for courses to a degree, where somebody's strength will show up in one game and then somebody's strength will show up in the next. And they need to keep doing it. They need to keep pushing each other. They need to train properly. And that's the beauty of football, and as it should be.
This week is EFL's Youth Development Week as well, something that's been at the heart of this club for a long time now. The Academy's been a vital source of players' recognition and income for the club, and long may that continue.
Yeah, I came into the club as part of the academy in the head of coaching days, and I've worked closely with Pewey and everybody over in that side of the building, and they do some incredible work. We spoke about Al Hartridge earlier. He should be a real example of what can happen, because he worked really hard and he hung around a lot of years that a lot of other clubs would have probably let them go. And he went on his loans and he did the work and he did the hard yards, and then he's played however many games it is now for the football club. Harry Kite did similar, Josh Key did similar. I think it's amazing when you can point at an Ethan Ampadu, but Ethan Ampadu was almost a freak in terms of how good he was at such a young age, with a dad who played and coached, and the environment around him was such that we just needed to kind of nudge him here and there and give him the best opportunities, and he was probably going to make it. There are other players here that have been through a lot more in terms of how hard they've had to work to get their opportunities, and I think it's testament to the academy that those guys come through and play first team football. We've now got Sonny and Jake and Al back in the building, and we've got a group of younger players that are pushing to come through. Their job's harder than it's ever been, because we're now in League One, so the standard is higher, the expectations are more, the quality of the league is higher. But what a great challenge, and I know how hard the academy are working to stay up to that and to keep bringing these players through.
And when you look at the Premier League Cup campaign, it showed the importance of that competition for the younger players and for them to get playing games. Ed James, I'm assuming, his performances and that must have helped with that call up to Wales under-21s as well.
Amazing for Ed, really amazing for Ed to get that call up, and I know he'll have an incredible experience out there. But it is, the work of Dan Green and Perks with that under-21 group and that run that they went on in the Cup, brilliant. That was winning games under pressure against big clubs, and it was a group of young players coming through and showing that they're capable of stepping up to that level, that they can compete with bigger clubs, and their development would have been fast-tracked through that. So it's a difficult thing to become a footballer. It's a really, really difficult industry to not just break into, but stay in, and this club does it better than most. We try and give that opportunity as best we can, and good luck to the next group that are coming through.
We head to Lincoln on Saturday, a team in fantastic form at home when you look at their last few results, and one that scores a lot of goals, so that's going to be quite a challenge.
Yeah, but that's the kind of challenge that you want. We're on a good run, we're doing well, and you want to play against the best teams in the league and really see where you're at. So we know it's a tough place to go. It's absolutely miles away. It's another long trip for us and the supporters that come along to watch it, and we'll make sure we work this week as hard as we can to put in another good performance and keep them happy on the drive back.
10 games to go. Is this the time of the season where all the players are kind of pushing hard to show, why they want to be in next season, or looking for that next contract as well?
I think that's on them. For me, as always, it's about the next game. I think if they prepare properly, if they get right for Lincoln, if they do all the right things this week in training, then we'll put ourselves in a good spot. The rest of that stuff takes care of itself. There's no point in looking months down the line or even weeks down the line. We can't really affect that, but we can certainly get working today.
It's just about trying to continue this unbeaten run and see how many points we can pick up.
Exactly that.